Hey everybody, it's Jaquie Rogers with Mama to Mama, and I am joined today by my own mother, Cyrilla Shaw, who's both a nurse and a therapist. And today we just wanted to stop by to provide some support to our family who's serving in the role as companion, friend, or family member to a loved one who's grieving the loss of somebody very special or important to them this holiday season. So before we jump into some tips, we wanted to read a quick excerpt from The Paradoxes of Mourning by Alan Wolfelt. Loving someone changes us forever. So does losing them. After the death of someone loved, we are different than we were before the death. We are injured. And while we can work to heal the injury, it will forever leave a scar that marks both the love and the loss.
You may have gone from being a wife or husband to a widow or widower. You may have gone from being a parent to a bereaved parent. The way you define yourself and the way society defines you is changed. A death may require you to take on new roles that had been filled by the person who died. You confront your changed identity every time you do something that used to be done by or with the person who died. The person who died was a part of you. This death means you mourn a loss not only outside of yourself, but inside yourself as well.
Over time, and with the support of others, you will integrate the new reality of moving forward in life without the physical presence of the person who died. The sharp, ever-present pain of grief will soften, but not completely disappear. Hope for a continued life will emerge as you are able to make commitments to the future, realizing that the person you have given love to and received love from will never be forgotten.
And Jaquie, Alan Wolfelt also developed what are known as the 11 tenets of companioning the bereaved. How do you be there for a bereaving person? So we've got 11 of them, but that's going to take more time than what we have today. So how about we just talk about the first three?
That sounds good.
All right.
So the first tenet is companioning is about being present to another person's pain. It is not about taking away the pain.
Many times when we look with sympathy upon another person who's grieving, what we would like to be able to do is to make them stop hurting. And this first tenet is sharing with us that what they need more is our presence. To be with them, allow them to hurt, whether they're screaming to the top of their lungs or in the utmost of sorrow or without words at all. But being there with them, being present, not trying to rush or pull them away from it or take it away from them.
The second tenet is companioning is about going to the wilderness of the soul with another human being. It is not about thinking you are responsible for finding the way out.
So when we think of ourselves being there as companions for this hurting person, sometimes we're pushed to the limit of how much of this we can take as we watch our friend or our loved one in such agony and pain. But somehow we have to gather the fortitude to go to this wilderness with them. This is new territory. They've never lost this person before. Even if they've lost others, it's not like them losing this one. And so we have to be able to let them lead this journey to however far away from this themselves it's taking them, and to be able to know that we're not trying to pull them again out of this, but to be able to go there and be there with them.
So the final tenet we'll be sharing today is tenet 3. Companioning is about honoring the spirit. It is not about focusing on the intellect.
So we don't want to compare this hurting person to someone else and tell them, look at how well they're handling it. These may also be people, Jaquie, who have high status in society, or maybe they're accustomed to always being the pillar or the strong one. But what we have to do is to nourish and support that person's spirit and not try to put them into their heads about what it is that they're going through.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. So one question that always resonates with me when I am trying to figure out the best way to engage a loved one who's experienced a loss is what to say. What should I say? What shouldn't I say? Should I say anything at all? What advice do you have for those of us walking around with that question?
And that's a great question. And I don't think that any of us who have tried to console another haven't thought of that. What do I say? And the key to helping us in that area, I think, is to remember that it was not your words that took their loved one away. And it's not going to be your words that bring the loved one back. It is your presence with them as they adjust to life without this person that is going to mean the most to them.
Wow. Thank you so much for your insight and for introducing me to these 11 tenets of companioning the bereaved. And I really look forward to partnering with you in 2019 to bring similar messages and support to our community, especially those of us who have experienced such tragic loss. So with that being said, we hope that each and every one of you are able to find some joy, love, happiness, companionship in this holiday season, and we will see you in the 2019 year. Take care, family.